Kira is low. Kira is down, but the core is low as well. That's Urel to fall. Danny's still working, 12%. There's Greymane, there's Brightwing, and the core is saved at 10% health. Red, oh my gosh, Red is tearing through the members of Bronze 6. Somehow Ferret's gonna survive. Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. I am the Crushinator and I have the privilege of this Division A matchup for you tonight. We've got some NGS royalty here. Durotan's Couch taking on gillyShark at Bingo Night. These are two teams with storied histories here in the NGS, and we're sure to have a most excellent matchup for you today. If you want to see what gillyShark likes to play for, !bingo in the chat will get you to the bingo board they are trying to get for you today. Durotan's Couch, I don't know, they might be playing bingo too. I'm not sure what their plans are. But the bingo board is up, it's ready to go. And these teams are getting started, so we better get over to map select. Let you know what the situation is for now. Volskaya Foundry, Braxis Holdout, Dragonshire, and Alterac Pass have been banned away for this series. Battlefield of Eternity is going to be our first map as chosen by Durotan's Couch. Let's get into the draft. It's up, we're here! Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you're ready to see some great Heroes of the Storm from some great community members. The skin is correct. It's full beach bod time here at twitch.tv/thecrushinator. Johanna going to be our first ban here coming out from gillyShark. Durotan's Couch. See if they want to stick with the tank theme. An Alarak ban, Legasp, taken away the High Lord of the Tal'Darim. Such insolence will not be tolerated. Or maybe it will. We'll see who wins the match. Weenus, I see you here. Ektar, Goon, all hanging out so far. Hope you're all doing really good. Hope you're having a great week. I hope tomorrow is a beautiful day wherever you are. I hope you don't have to shovel. If you're in a place that doesn't have snow, I hope you don't have to, I don't know what people without snow do in the winter. Hope you don't have to rake your leaves. I don't know what it's like to live with somewhere with no snow in the winter. Maybe you just have a perfect life. Tell me about it. If you're in the southern western hemisphere, you know, southwestern part of the continent, maybe you're just, you know, living pretty the whole time. Tracer and Anubarak removed in our final top bans. See what the first pick is going to be out here for gillyShark. We're starting things off with a Brightwing from Chymotripsyn. Classic first pick. Good on every map, good in every comp. Brightwing is just a dang good hero. If you're not playing Brightwing, figure it out. Gotta do it. Speaking of Suns Out, Guns Out, take a look at the shoulder on Brightwing there, right up in the corner. You see that little front delt, mid delt, rear delt definition on that lizard flying pixie creature? That's what I'm going for. Yonners and Goliath bringing the Genji Anduin synergy right off the bat here. Not hiding what they're trying to do. Confidence in the draft coming out here from Durotan's Couch. gillyShark at Bingo Night. Considering their next two, we're going to go with the Li Ming and the Diablo for Chest Looter and Stick. I really like Diablo here on Battlefield of Eternity because there's so many interesting angles of engage. More often than not on maps, there's, 90-degree walls a lot of the time, but with this, it's just little islands of rocks everywhere, and it's hard to be away from all of them when you know a Diablo is lurking, and those angles are changing all the time. So that'll be a fun one to watch here. An Artanis ban. Truly a shrewd ban from Durotan's couch, removing the best hero in the game with the mid ban. How will gillyShark respond? They're looking across at the Genji Anduin. The Genji Bomb combo is activated. See what they want to remove here. You'd think about, stuff that makes Diablo itch, Sylvanas, Tychus, these sorts of things. I'm gonna take the Tychus off the board just to make Stick's life a little bit easier here. Durotan's couch, I imagine are gonna want to hold their off lane, but sometimes you want to hold that flex. Though Genji is kind of the flex here, so I don't know. I'm interested to see what they're gonna try to hide. Looks like they're gonna hide the tank for now, as Vala and Leoric will be the choice here for idioms and wildcard. Leoric does work against Diablo on that front line, not quite as deadly as Tychus, but definitely puts Diablo on a timer in these fights. And Vala is just a big old damage machine that cannot be contained. Solid picks so far here from Durotan's couch. Ikib gonna go for the Greymane classic reset combo duo. Gleaming and Greymane and the Lazy Hydra going for the Blaze. Looking to grab those extra stuns alongside Diablo. A truly devastating frontline destroying combination. I wonder if Cat and Wedge is going to go for the Tyrael. This feels like a Tyrael situation. It's a little bit difficult to pull off, but it is doable. May could also be interesting. ETC the choice for Cat and Wedge. You can make some really cool, like split-second plays, bumping back Diablo, bumping back Blaze, or just counter-engaging onto that front line as Greymane dives on in. ETC's got a lot of those snap reaction abilities. I want to see if Cat and Wedge goes with the Crowd Surfer on 4. That can cause some really cool plays on Battlefield. Shall see. Here we go. Game number 1. On the left in the blue, we have Durotan's couch. Goliath is on Anduin, Idiom's on the Vala, Yawner's playing Genji, Cat and Wedge is on ETC, and we've got Wildcard on the Leoric.
The battle begins in...
On the right in the red, it is gillyShark at Bingo Night. Kymatripsin is on the Brightwing, Stick on Diablo, Chess Looter playing Li Ming, Ikib on the Greymane, and the Lazy Hydra is playing the Blaze. See what the clash looks like. Blaze coming on down is going to see Genji on that rotation. Yawners just doing Genji things. Stick is actually going to get the hit over the wall there. Lazy Hydra just out of range for the follow-up stun, but they do put Genji down to about half, as Genji is made of paper mache. That is canon, for those of you who don't play Overwatch 2. Actually made of wet paper. Nice bump back there from Wedge to get the slide on through. It's always important as ETC versus Diablo to hold those abilities. Just maintain the front line with that guitar solo. If you go too soon, Diablo can get the drop on you. As we see a nice slide through from Wedge, going to bump back Ikib. Greymane trying to roll on back to safety, will do so as Kymatripsin phase shifts in for the heal. Checking in our top laners here, Leoric, Blaze, a classic matchup. Wildcard, of course, just going to be looking to attach that Drain Hope whenever possible. Lazy Hydra may be saving that jet propulsion to break the Drain Hope. That is pretty much the game plan for Leoric in these matchups. Stick. Trying to keep an eye on the side lane here. Wedge going way across. Could be looking for a big flank sliding back to front here as Goliath steps forward, looking for a root. That is a huge slide through the front, and that is Brightwing to go down. Goliath engaging with that raw chastise, opening up the kill opportunity. Durotan's couch goes up 1-0. Cat and Wedge sliding on through Stick there. Well, Brightwing is back. We could have a 4v4 on this bottom camp. Leo and Blaze not going to be in the mix here, so the fight will commence. Cat and Wedge get a little bit low here. Going to have to be saved by Goliath. Less than 100 health, and that is going to be gillyShark bullying their way onto that bottom camp. Just not quite enough clear speed from Durotan's couch to take advantage of that earlier kill. Not to mention, Brightwing can just warp out of the base. Back Shaman Camp's going to be the choice here as we're approaching the 2-minute 30 mark, so teams want to get these prepped and in lane for the objective here. Idioms on the Vala is going for the Puncturing Arrow quest on level 1, so going to be going for that extra burst. You see the repeating arrow here on 4. As now the Immortal's getting ready to spawn. Stick looking for a possible rotation here in the mid. Lazy Hydra as well is going to see Yawners. Yawners going to see Hydra. ETC going to be polymorphed and jumped on too. There's going to be the overpower, but slide is enough. Yawners still going to get stunned by Lazy Hydra, has run out of tricks, but the rest of the team not in range. The Chest Looter and Ekib getting this Immortal down very, very quickly here. For gillyShark, they're going to get it down to half, despite Durotan's couch basically being right on top of them. Chymotrypsin in trouble. Brightwing is going to be going down. Ekib in some trouble here, trying to move it away. Leo has the hand attached. Greymane goes down. Durotan's couch picking up 2 kills, and now they're looking to pick up a very healthy objective if they can keep up this defense. Stick with the bump here as Chest Looter trying to get in range to poke down the objective. Going to be intercepted by Goliath and Captain Wedge there. Vala and Genji on the backside putting this timer on for gillyShark. Here comes Ekib. This defense is getting a little bit bruised here as Goliath going to be jumped onto. Greymane needs one more auto. There is the flash of light. Oh, less than 20 health. Goliath manages to get away, and these teams are trying to get this down. It looks like Durotan's couch is going to come out ahead.
We stand victorious.
Wildcard and Lazy Hydra going to be able to remain in the top lane here, as the objective making its way down to the bot side. Durotan's couch going to be a little bit behind this objective. Yawners trying to catch up this wave, but Ekib and Chest Looter jumping straight onto the clear.
I shall march for Hell's gates.
Level 7's about to be here for gillyShark. They do get that there. Stick pushed away as the objective is nearly finished off here. See if Durotan's couch is going to try to play aggressively for a pick. We're going to see Goliath pull Idioms back to safety. Who then, I think that was a queued vault that went back in there. Ooh, Lazy Hydra with a flank onto Yawners. Genji has the Swift Strike to get away. Can Captain Wedge move out? Yes, they can. Idioms looking for more stacks on that Puncturing Arrow. Bottom camp going to once again be a contest. 3v4 right now as Blaze is actually going to be pressured by Yawners here in the top lane. Try to get those Shuriken to land. A couple of misses, though, as good jukes from Blaze. Stick going to go ahead and start this up. Genji is on the way here. Very healthy right now is gillyShark. Goliath and Idioms staying in lane, getting this clear. Captain Wedge not going to usher in the invade. Wildcard taking a look at this top camp. Leoric did go for the Ghastly Reach here on 4, so it doesn't have that mercenary clear speed per se, but not entirely necessary. Oh, we got an engage on the bottom side. Captain Wedge putting a bump stick back into tower range, but this wave here to save Diablo. Durotan's couch remaining with their experience lead. We see these hero kills, mainly what's keeping them ahead at this point. gillyShark looking for a rotation here. Stick is going to get the stun onto Genji, and nice pop there. Yawners with 200 health is going to get away despite having that Swift Strike queued up. Showing once again the paper mache that makes up his skeleton. gillyShark in great position here to jump on this, but on the bottom side, Idioms getting some burst in as well. Difficult when the entirety of gillyShark was right on point. We decide to back away here as level 10s have come online. Yawners, oh, they were going for it. They wanted the Genji bomb on the wall. Goliath made the call. No such Swift Strike was executed. Whose fault is it? I say you. I say it was you. It's okay. It's a short cooldown. You always want to give it a try, especially when you got that light bomb. Some people are way too conservative with it. It's a short cooldown. What's it, 50 seconds? 60 seconds. Just rip that thing. Give it a try, especially with the range of Genji. Even if it doesn't work out, you'll have it by the next fight. It's fine. Always worth a try. Taking a look at those level 10s here. Durotan's Couch. They've got the Mosh, Entomb, Dragon Blade, Light Bomb, and Rain of Vengeance. gillyShark at Bingo Night. Wave of Force, Cursed Bullet, Blink Heal, Bunker, and Apocalypse. Captain Wedge looking for a possible flank here onto E-Keep. We'll see if Greymane... Oh, what a polymorph, but there's the Light Bomb onto 2. Huge cleanse, though, coming in from Kaima Tripson, who warps back in. Captain Wedge has the full Mosh onto 1. Can Kaima Tripson make it out of there? Unbelievable! Kaimo and E-Keep are going to get away. No kills on that engage. Going to be healed back up in the background there. What a play from Kaima Tripson. They're going to lose most of this keep wall, but it could have been so much more if those two had gone down. Nonetheless here, though, Durotan's Couch are really starting to put on the heat. Lazy Hydra, ooh, manages to wiggle out of that Entomb. Captain Wedge going to try to slide away from trouble here. Speaking of, no, going to be the loudspeakers on 4. It's a better talent, but the Crowd Surfer is also very, very cool. But we won't see it this game. Will not be in the cards this game. Stick looking for Yawner's, gonna get the push there. Polymorph will not be able to move, and Genji goes down. Great polymorph timing there from Kaima Tripson. First bullet didn't quite land there, but it was not necessary. All the while, though, Durotan's Couch, they're looking for... Ooh, Idioms! Oh my gosh, I think Idioms had -6 health there, moving away. As Goliath with enough heals to get Vala through. Got kind of a counter-push situation in these lanes. Wildcard trying to clean up. A Stick going for the move there. Ooh, great Cursed Bullet, and that is Leoric going down. How you doing, Gimme More? Hope you're having a good evening, a good day. Level 13s are here for Durotan's Couch. gillyShark not too far behind, so it should be even talent tiers for this objective phase. Wildcard going to be back, and both teams are at full strength. Posturing here as Captain Wedge going to move forward. Goes for the Mosh onto 1, going to be quickly interrupted, though. And Tomb cuts off any further engage, but there's the Apocalypse splitting Durotan's Couch. The Bunker from Blaze trying to keep everyone alive. ETC is the first to go down as Yawner's is being kited around that island. Lazy Hydra doing a great job of getting in the mix and getting that bunker placed. 1 kill for gillyShark, but this is looking like Stick could be in trouble. Kaima Tripson trying to move away. Blinks back to safety. E-Keep tries to turn it onto Yawner's, but can't get the execute. Greymane looking for an opportunity to roll out. Lazy Hydra looking to get away as well. Durotan's Couch. Oh! Lazy Hydra gets away. How do they keep getting away with such little health? Chest Looter now in trouble. Can Chest Looter get away? Just barely once again. Durotan's Couch almost getting those kills despite being down a hero multiple times with gillyShark just flirting with the edge of those health bars. Moving into the objective, Durotan's Couch taking a little bit off that shielding. As both teams really trying to get back to full health, get those cooldowns up once again, as we are in aggressive positions on these Immortals. Both teams just going to try to burn this down as quickly as they can. Lazy Hydra has to deal with the bottom lane, though. Thinking about coming back to throw a crossfire. Oh, it's close, but I think Durotan's Couch going to come out ahead by 500 health there. Bottom lane going to be cleaned up as top lane will be the focus for our next objective phase. gillyShark at Bingo Night thinking about a flank. Wildcard spots them on the edge here. Nice unstoppable ward to move away. Right now Brightwing covering the bottom lane, using that global to their advantage. Lazy Hydra going to be spotted, and Tomb onto Blaze comes on out. Can't jet propulsion out of there, but does have the bunker. Captain Wedge is bumped out of that mosh pit, and Stick will survive jumping into that bunker. He keep moving back to safety here, but all the while the objective is cleaving down this wall. Wildcard once again watching that flank here. Lazy Hydra coming on through, going to be dismounted. Objective about to fall as the keep goes down to almost half health. Really good job by Durotan's Couch of constantly watching those flanks. Lazy Hydra has been doing a good job of making it difficult to move ahead while knowing that Blaze is always on the edge, and Leo has really adjusted their gameplay to watch those flanks and not necessarily step up in division. gillyShark gonna grab the top neutral camp. Left Shaman goes over to Durotan's Couch. So we'll see if they want to stay as 5 and push here. We see Kaimatripsin going back to base to get some extra mana. Durotan's Couch gonna grab this Khazra camp to push on through to the already damaged keep here. So there will be most of the crew to respond as the bruisers will stick to the top lane. Captain Wedge gonna occupy that brush as Stick gets the dismount. Couple camps on the way here. Durotan's Couch looking for a possible engage. Captain Wedge doesn't want to just slide into tower range. Apoc comes on out. There's the save from Goliath. Does have the double charge there. Captain Wedge, couldn't get the mosh onto Blaze. Popped that new habits. And then popped the bunker. Good cooldown trade there for gillyShark at Bingo Night, but Durotan's Couch once again are going to be set up right on time for this objective. They move on to the burn on the top side. gillyShark looking to get this invade. Captain Wedge takes a hit there as the jet propulsion going to be just a little bit short. Wildcard moves away. Idiom's trying to get that repeater. Does do so, triggering halftime in this objective event. Aggressive positions again. gillyShark is going to have to move across the map here for a more difficult defense. Captain Wedge hit with that cursed bullet, has to move away. Lazy Hydra was looking for idioms there. Nice vault to barely avoid the jet propulsion. Good defense so far as Kaimatripsin trying to go back and get a couple of hits here. Has to go up and soak that top lane that has a catapult coming on in. Stick looking for idioms. Got kind of caught on the edge there, bumped by Wedge, who was then caught in an entomb. Yawner's into the back. Light Bomb Dragon Blade sticks onto 2 here. Ekeeb in trouble. One more slice should do it. Greymane gonna survive somehow again. Kaimatripsin looking for the save, but connecting his wild card, and Ekeeb goes down. Lazy Hydra gonna be body blocked here. Hits the bunker. Polymorph comes out and oh my goodness. Kaimatripsin with another set of saves. Couldn't get Ekeeb that time, but a Polymorph timing to get Lazy Hydra out of there. Unfortunately, another backfoot defense just leads to another objective phase for Durotan's Couch, who have, despite being stymied on almost all of their team fights, been getting a massive macro advantage. Oh my goodness, tough timing there for Genji. Goliath is going to have to come through and save Yawners. Almost a cheap pickup there for gillyShark, if not for Goliath and the Yeet of Faith. Very healthy Immortal pushing this bottom lane in a super damaged keep. Stick bumped on the edge, is going to get the flip onto Captain Wedge. There's another save from Goliath. Light Bomb into the back here from Yawners onto 2. Rain of Vengeance is the follow-up, and Brightwing is going to go down. Stick trying to move away here. It's going to be the route onto Lazy Hydra as well. Stick barely gets back into the base. There's the bunker on time, catching the save onto 2. Ekeeb trying to get back in. Great mosh! And that is Blaze to fall. Can Diablo stay alive here? Moves back in and will go down. Core down to 60%. Objective is cleaving on in. GG has been called. Durotan's Couch pushing on through and getting the victory here in game number 1. Very nicely done. One more hit should do it. Vala gonna go down, and that is the core. GG. Durotan's couch looking very, very strong there in game number 1, but gillyShark, mechanical wonders throughout that game. They just couldn't manage to get the map moving in their direction. See if they can bring it back for game number 2. Let's go to the post game. See what can be seen. Idioms on the Vala. Nearly 56,000 hero damage coming on out for Durotan's couch. Chest looter on the Li Ming, top for gillyShark, 46,500 there. Take a look at the talents. We'll prepare ourselves for a game number 2. Very nicely done, that game. Alrighty, welcome back. We've got a lobby here for game number 2. I'm excited to see how this one ends up. Durotan's couch currently up 1-0 over gillyShark at Bingo Night here in this Division A matchup. What a game number 1. Super exciting, super entertaining to watch there on Battlefield of Eternity. See if they can bring that noise once again for our next map. Let them know that I'm all ready to go. They can start at their leisure. My cat has disappeared. Unfortunate. But my wife's home. They always go and see my wife when she comes home. Let's go to the map select screen real quick. See that we are going to Cursed Hollow for game number 2 as chosen by gillyShark at Bingo Night. As a reminder, !bingo in the chat if you want to follow along with the bingo win condition here for gillyShark. I don't think it updates to what they've already completed, so you'll have to do that in your own head, but they are going for as many bingos as possible throughout this series. See if they can get there. Just letting the readies fill the chat, and then we'll jump into this draft. Gotta keep up with the water drinking, man. Been talking a lot today. Here, I'll bring it back to... Game number 2, lobby number 2. Cursed Hollow is the map. Durotan's couch going to be first to act here. See if they're going to switch up their ban strategy at all. Cursed Hollow, pretty large map here. I'd be thinking about that Brightwing ban as Chymotrypsin was bringing the noise. It looks like Chymotrypsin is not in this one. Thundercats has come on in here. Looks like Schumann has entered the fray as well. Here for gillyShark at Bingo Night. Diablo going to be the opening ban here. Gonna force Stick onto something else. And sticking with that Tracer ban is gillyShark. They could first pick the Brightwing if they want to control that, or it could be just, you know, something they're not super worried about over on the side of Durotan's couch. Last time we saw them lock in the main part of their combo pretty quickly. Ooh, an Abathur. Abathur is banned away. One of the cheese possibilities. Take it out. Not too many Abathurs played these days, but it is definitely possible with the right draft. One hero that I basically haven't seen at all this season, that I really thought was going to start taking over at most levels, was Sergeant Hammer. I don't know if it's a scenario where people just don't want to learn new heroes. I don't know whether they've tried it and they don't like it, or they just want to stick with what they've been doing, but I thought it was pretty clear from the, the last remnants of our professional scene that the changes, the last buffs to Sergeant Hammer made her a serious force from the range damage position, but basically completely absent, at least from my perspective this season, has been Sergeant Hammer. Wildcard gonna lock in Dahaka first pick this time for Durotan's couch, making sure to grab a global on their end. Thundercats going for the Rhaegar and Ekeb for the Falstad, so evening up that global count. Do we control the Brightwing here if you're Durotan's couch, or do you just go for a ban on it? Or are you not worried about being 2-to-1'd in global presence? Well, I mean, you're not worried about them taking it, unless they're going to go Rhaegar Brightwing. Be a little bit unorthodox on Cursed Hollow. Yonder's going back for the Genji, and Goliath will take that Brightwing. Double global initiated. gillyShark at Bingo Night. Thinking about what their mid band's going to be. Not so worried about an Anduin this time. Already got some tank bans. They might want to keep that up as they get the first opportunity to take a tank. You see ETC removed. Durotan's couch. Already got the Genji picked into the Falstad. Uther Rhaegar is a doable frontline, but I would say it's tough to pull off on Cursed because there's so many chores on the map that require you to spread out, so they're probably not worried about an Uther to make Genji's life difficult. Let's see here. We're going to take out a Nubarak. Well, surprised they banned away a tank, because almost certainly we're going to see gillyShark pick up their tank here. What do you put with these two? I mean, it's pretty wide open here. Muradin. Oh, they do pick the Uther. Stick goes for the Uther. I didn't think they would do it, but there they go. Schumann goes for the Sylvanas here. Double healer Uther Rhaegar is a good force on the front line there. I just worry that you end up getting split too much on Cursed Hollow. That's my main concern. But honestly, if Chest Looter just goes with a macro-heavy kind of bruiser, you know, Blaze, Hogger, Malthael, just something that can run the map, they can probably pull this off. Muradin and Vol are going to be the choices here for Captain Wedge and Idioms. Things looking pretty familiar here on the side of Durotan's couch. Couple of switcheroos, but the Genji Vala remains. Chest Looter on the last pick here for gillyShark at Bingo Night. We'll see what they want to take to round out this comp here on Cursed. Gonna go for the Rexar. Okay. A little bit of extra help on that front line with the Misha. Rexar can also help with the camp clear. Not quite as quickly as our other bruisers, but gets the job done just fine. Of course, you get that extra stun that comes with Rexar, which is always useful. Okay, pretty cool set of compositions here from these two teams. I like it. Let's do it. Game number 2. On the left in the blue, we have Durotan's couch. Yonner's on the Genji. Wildcard playing Dahaka. Captain Wedge on the Muradin. Goliath on Brightwing. We have Idioms on the Vala. On the right in the red, gillyShark at Bingo Night. Chest Looter playing the Rexar. Ekeb on Sylvanas. Thundercats playing Rhaegar. Stick on the Uther. And Schumann is playing Falstad. Looks like bottom lane is going to be the focus here for gillyShark at Bingo Night. Was Samuro banned? Samuro was not banned. You see Falstad in the mid here, holding the position, trying to get some dismounts, does get it. We'll get back to safety as the bottom wall is being mowed down here. gillyShark at Bingo Night moves away cackling. We got him. Got that wall. Nice job, Ekeep. Cat and Wedge on the chase. Trying to catch up to the motorcycle Uther. Oh, thinking about the game in terms of lore sometimes is very funny to me. Very, very funny. Like, you think about 10-minute YouTube videos that are just like, how would the culling of Stratholme have gone if Uther had a motorcycle? They have a serious conversation for 10 minutes about the ramifications. Oh, that would be funny as heck. Wildcard in the mid here looking for a possible drag. We see Ekeeb going to be caught. Pulled back here. Yonners tries to jump on in. I don't think there's enough kill pressure, though, as, ooh, Ekeeb turning it around onto Yonners. Forced a swift strike back to safety. Goliath and Idiom's going to get their bruiser camp up here for Durotan's couch. Stick trying to lead the team over to the bruiser camp, but they say no, we're going to the siege. A little more standard. We see the objective is coming in on the bottom side of the map here, so generally the teams will take the bottom side camp first and the top side camp second. There are situations where you might want to switch that up. You might want to get your bruiser camp out early regardless, if you want to get some extra damage in the mid lane, or you want to just match their bruiser camp. But it all comes down to how you want to execute and where you want to get value on the map. Wedge comes over the wall here, finds the stun. Yonners moves in. Ekeeb, though, is going to get healed up there by Stick. But what if he was there at the culling of Stratholme? He could have got there. He could have got back in time, there in time, if he had a motorcycle. That's all I'm saying.
Tribute and earn my favor.
That's all I'm saying, and that's all I'm doing for 10 minutes, exactly 10 minutes, on my YouTube video. Sponsored by Raycon earbuds. I was trying to think, what's the thing that every YouTuber has? What's the HelloFresh we got? We got the Raycon earbuds. We got, you know, next D&D campaign. I don't know. What do people sponsor on YouTube these days? Uther main tank's the real deal. Stick moving forward, trying to push Wedge away from the next interrupt. Ekeeb has the channel, and that's going to be gillyShark at Bingo Night with the first conversion there. Bottom wall taken out there by gillyShark at Bingo Night. Got Wedge and Idioms trying to hold down the fort here. Checking on our top lane matchup, Wildcard and Schumann continue to do battle. Falstad, a pretty good matchup for Dahaka as long as he avoids all damage here. Kind of has to move away as Wildcard heals back up, and we've got a bit of a convergence here on the bottom lane for Durotan's couch. Preventing the next push. Devastated. That sounds like hater talk to me. That sounds like hater talk to me. Uther main tank is the real deal.
Gather tribute.
Next tribute coming up in the top lane is level 7s. Pretty even on experience overall here for both teams. If we take a look, experience, minions is basically the same, mercs is basically the same. Just one little extra bit of structure damage so far here for gillyShark at Bingo Night. Rotate up onto Wildcard. Stick's coming across here looking for an extra stun, but Wildcard has the essence popped, and that will be enough, along with Goliath warping in with the phase shift. Rexar actually goes down in the mid lane there. Idioms and Yonners with the collapse, and that's going to mean Durotan's couch gets this next curse point. One on the curse points means that we probably won't see a boss rush, but no, they're just going to go for it. Usually when we see a team go up 2-0, they'll do a boss rush, but going directly for it is both teams here. Yeah, there they go. Just going to trade out these bosses before the next objective. Yeah, he's a niche pick. And they definitely took him in those leagues. Double healer was a huge deal in those leagues. And Uther was the main enabler of that. Uther Stukov was a menace. An absolute menace. Regardless, doesn't matter. This isn't CCL, this isn't HGC, this is NGS. These teams are going to make their picks work. It's all good, man. It's all good. Although old Piano Uther was pretty cool. They kind of took away the old Piano Uther. That was a cool build. Opening up these lanes are both teams here as the level 10s are online. This sort of thing can lead to a quick end here on Cursed Hollow. Because the bosses are so good at pushing these lanes, it creates a situation where, like, before 10 minutes, a decisive teamfight victory might just lead to a core push. So you see Wildcard trying to clear this lane to get this next boss down. Quick curse point captured there by Durotan's Couch in the midst of all that. Now up 2-1 on these points. This top wall is mostly taken down here. Bottom wall was mostly taken out as well. Durotan's Couch trying to hold off on this cap until the next objective phase to get as much value out as possible. Oh, gillyShark and Bingo Knight doing the same thing. They're going to try to hold this camp. And the standoff begins. Who will blink first? Who's going to blink first? Who's going to do it? There it is. They're holding. Goliath. Oh, Goliath blinks first. Goliath jumps onto the camp. And there goes Thundercats. Pretty even. Moral victory is claimed by gillyShark and Bingo Knight. Oh, bottom lane. Schumann could be in some trouble. Has to put out the gust. But does get back to safety. Camps are meeting in the mid as the next tribute is spawning. gillyShark and Bingo Knight can't give this one up for free. But we'll see if Durotan's Couch wants to press the issue here. Captain Wedge goes for the first interrupt. We're going to see how this team fight comes out here. Wildcard spotted in the top bush there by Misha. Captain Wedge getting his team forward. Has the level 13 advantage here for just a moment. Has the first stun onto Uther. Stick able to get back to safety there as Chest Looter sending in Misha. Schumann flying over the top here, and ooh, that's going to be the Boars coming on out. Misha survives for now. Still tanking on that front line. Big silence arrow into the back. Misha first to go down as a great drag lands onto Uther. Has to D-shield to start moving back here. Running out of cooldowns as gillyShark and Bingo Knight as they start to peel backwards. Wildcard taking some hits though as he keep trading well into Dahaka. Push from Goliath, trying to create some space here. Oh, good stun onto Wildcard. Dahaka just so healthy though. Moves away back to safety. And the big trade continues as Captain Wedge is going to be next to be pushed off. Wildcard turns it around here. Great drag. And that is it for Falstad. First blood in this very extended fight. Misha, ooh, getting hit with the double arrows. Yawner's over the top. Looking for Stick. Great polymorph stun. That is a drag, and that is another confirmed kill for Durotan's Couch as they lock in their curse. And there it is. Curse claimed by Durotan's Couch. Top lane going to be worked on here by Dahaka. As Yawner's goes over the top looking for Chest Looter here. Ikib moving on forward. Double stun from Captain Wedge. Idiom's trying to get forward and in range for some extra damage. Nearly taking out Misha. The rest of the team is going to get away. Oh, Ikib gets a double hit from that puncturing arrow. Nice unstoppable. Looks like Ikib gets behind the wall. Wildcard trying to come on down looking for a drag, but is going to be stunned on the front side. Avoids the second stun, though, from Uther with the burrow. Curse is still up for about 20 seconds here, as Durotan's Couch continues to put on the pressure. Bottom lane starting to collapse as Thundercats moves out. Captain Wedge might want to stun. Ooh, nice mount up and move there by the wolf form of Rhaegar. The countdown has begun. Looks like all the keeps are going to be saved. Nice job there by gillyShark and Bingo Knight, not giving up a keep on that curse.
Once more, that is.
Durotan's couch starting to double back here, thinking about ripping a quick boss. Maybe not, because gillyShark is on the way. Cat and Wedge is going to look for the rotation here. Thundercat scouting, good job. Avatar quickly popped by Cat and Wedge, as the D-Shield is going to try to get Rhaegar back to safety. Follow-up stun is good, but there is the cleanse on the stick. Yawner's over the top, wanting to re-engage on this fight. Mishuk moving away, will be the first to go down. Great drag. Oh, but an even better push. Ekeeb is saved. Took a couple ults, but save is good. But this just means Durotan's couch can go back and get this boss going. gillyShark at Bingo Knight is going to try to re-engage. Silence arrow on the back, not connecting. The boss is still working back there. Ekeeb is pushed into the boss stun by the Emerald Wind, and now the X strike lands. Uther goes down, Misha goes down, and Durotan's couch finally cracked through on that extended fight once again. The boss is theirs, along with the 2.5 kills. Tahaka digging way forward here. Looking for a drag onto Thundercats. Nice dodge. Now the boss is coming through, and that will almost certainly be the keep going down. gillyShark and Bingo Knight in a tough situation right now. Down 2 levels. They might... It's going to be a double boss play here from Durotan's couch. Not supporting this boss push, but it looks like the boss might end up taking the keep anyway. 1, 2... It does get it just barely. Great calculation by Durotan's couch, getting the extra value here on the top side of the map. 17-16, about to be 18-16 here for Durotan's couch. As the boss is marching its way through the top side. Got pressure in the mid from the Bruiser camp. gillyShark and Bingo Knight is really locked into their base right now. Cat and Wedge in the area in case a play needs to be made. There's the jump underneath the keep onto Schumann. Yawner's trying to get away there. He's taking some hits from the keep. D-Shield onto stick to try to re-engage. Double stun onto Idioms. D-Keep was too busy trying to clear that top lane. Rexar still up there. So D-Shield used, but no other ults are down on the side of gillyShark. Tribute is up here, but still 3 more needed for Durotan's couch before another curse. Stick with a nice scout there onto Cat and Wedge. Schumann tries to get the interrupt, but is a moment too late. Here come the boars. We'll see if gillyShark can get this engage. Cat and Wedge is stunned here. Has the avatar and has the leap to get over the wall. Schumann moving on forward, really trying to force a fight. Pushes Wildcard into the back. Tahaka in some trouble here, is going to be stunned on the front line. Silence Arrow comes out as well, and that is going to be a kill onto Tahaka. Double stun, triple stun there with the Rain of Vengeance as Idioms is trying to peel backwards. Thundercat's on the chase, trying to get a totem in range, but slowed down there and dismounted by the wave. Meanwhile, Catapult's building up. Schumann has to deal with those. X-Trip is spawning. gillyShark, well, they were going for it. If they had got a full wipe there, they could have just tried to march through and win in the top lane. They will have to continue to play the aggressors here as the lane push is not going to be in their favor. On the other hand, Durotan's couch would love to be able to hold on for their 20s. Top boss, still 2.5 minutes. It looks like they're just looking for a gank here on the top lane. Folks going to split off and just get their lanes cleared. Try to find that experience. Well, 20 so close here for Durotan's couch. Vala just getting the last hit there and then on the way. Tahaka digging in the back. This could be an engage here as 20s come online. Cat and Wedge looking for a stun, but dodged there by Ekeeb. Sylvanas, oh, there's the cleanse from Stick. saving the
gathered tribute
life of
in my
Sylvanas.
favor.
Next tribute is spawning here. It's 2-1 for gillyShark at Bingo Night on these tribute points. They're hoping to find level 20s of their own here. Looks like they're not worried about this next curse point. They're just going to come on down to the bottom lane and try to pick up a structure. Their main goal right now is to get level 20. We'll see if they can do so. Goliath going to go ahead and get this channel. Cat and Wedge and Idiom's going to move ahead and just try to burn down this keep. Shouldn't be too much trouble with the double arrows from Vaughn. Idiom's hearthing on the spot. That might be a bad decision here. Has to vault away. Manages to get the mount to move out. Bottom lane is pushing in a little bit, but the wall's still intact. Halfway to level 20 now is gillyShark. Bottom boss is up here, and they're going to go ahead and rip it. Durotan's couch. Going to try to bully while they still have that level 20 advantage. Meanwhile, mid-fort going to be taken out by gillyShark at Bingo Night. Once again, just the name of the game is get level 20. Boss is going to be marching directly onto the core here. Durotan's couch don't look like they're going to force it. It looks like instead they're just going to go ahead and look for another curse, though the curse not going to get a ton of value as the keeps... There's only one keep remaining and it's in the mid lane. And the waves in top and bottom are basically pushed into the core already. Looks like Brightwing is going to go ahead and get it because why not, but double boss going to be the choice for Durotan's couch. Bottom boss going to be cleared away by gillyShark at Bingo Night. They know they've got a double push coming in the top lane, and Durotan's couch might take this opportunity. See if they can find a pick and find this match. There's the benediction, double stun onto the front. That's a huge blow up. Oh, Ravatar is going to be a save here for Cat and Wedge. Nearly bursted down there. Here comes the boss moving into the core. Very high health as it moves forward. Still cursed for 25 seconds. These minions are going to come out at 1 health. Double stun onto the front. There's a huge wind tunnel, though, from Schumann. Trying to... Oh, gets hit with the boss stun, but gets cleansed and move away. Boss down to half health here, as Durotan's couch are diving in to try to push down this core. Core shielding is now gone. Misha first to fall here as the core goes past 50%. Durotan's couch have the damage, and they will take this series. A 2-0. GG. Great job by Durotan's couch coming down the stretch. gillyShark understood what they needed to do to win. They needed to come up with a miracle defense there in the end. They paused and waited to get their 20s. They just didn't get the ultimate fight that they were looking for. Good series. Great job by both sides. Let's go to the post game. See what the stats can tell us here. Idiom's on the Vala, top siege, top hero damage at nearly 59,000 there for Durotan's couch. And Schumann on the Falstad, leading the way in all categories, aside from healing. Top siege, top hero at 45, and top soak as well for gillyShark at Bingo Night. We'll take a look at the talents, and we'll see if we can get ourselves an interview with our squads. All right. Hello, hello.
Good evening, Mr. Crushinator.
Wedge, wildcard, welcome. Congratulations on the victory.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
I was told we might get Hydra in here as well.
They did claim that
So I'm gonna
Hydra does
do
enjoy the loser's interview.
I will do a ping to see if they want to come on by. But otherwise, congrats on the 2-0. Looking pretty clean out there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Tell me a
Now
bit
it
about
looks much
how.
sloppier when I'm the one tanking, so
Hey, we do have Hydra here. Hydra,
did get
welcome.
it.
Yes, losers interview time. You ready?
Losers interview. We've got a double feature for everyone in chat. Yeah, I mean, tell me a little bit about the history of the teams here. Two very long-standing teams here in NGS, been in the same division for a lot of it. Just what's things like between gillyShark and Durotan's Couch? Wedge, we'll start with you.
Oh, I was gonna say I wanted to throw it over to Hydra to start, but
Yeah, sure, we can do Hydra.
I mean, so obviously I've seen Durton's Couch, like pretty much. I mean, yeah, since my first season, season 8, played them, beat them. Then I think I haven't been in the same division since, so it's taken a few seasons, like 1 or 2. But I guess it's about time they get me back for that. So,
oh, we've been plotting the entire time. It's
oh
only been for you, Hydra.
wow.
Only for you.
Well, I appreciate that I am the opponent for your that caused your Rocky montage training, whatever.
I mean, we don't know what we're gonna do now. Honestly, we're probably gonna fall off a cliff. But
I finally feel fulfilled in life, which is nice.
yeah,
It's okay. Idioms will guide you true. He'll start picking Murky and stuff.
And Nova. Can't wait for Nova.
Gotta see it. Gotta have that Nova. No Novas today, though. Yeah, game number 1. Tell me about the opening draft there for Durotan's Couch, going straight into the Genji Anduin. Usually that's something we see teams sort of hide in their draft a little bit, but you just put it right on the table from that second pick position. Is that just something that, you like to do as a team, or is that something that, was a sort of a draft special there on Battlefield of Eternity?
well, you see, we panicked, and though that's what was left up, so it worked.
Wow.
And so it was really like the Diablo that you guys picked was like absolutely maddening for us to try to run into. So hats off to you guys for that.
That's all Stark. He's insane.
Tell me about the bingo situation on the first draft there, Hydra. Did you feel like you got what you needed to go for those spaces in the draft?
So we basically, our bingo controlled our draft in basically 2 ways. One game we had to play with 5 Warcraft heroes, and then another game we just had to pick a StarCraft hero in our last slot. And so we kind of looked at what Warcraft heroes were good for battlefields and decided we wanted to be able to be more flexible for BOE. And if we lost it, then we could pick which map we want to play 5 Warcraft heroes on. And so that was pretty much the main thing. We saw the Genji light bomb situation, and Schumann and I run that in Storm League all the time. So I think in theory we had an idea of how to handle it. In execution, maybe not as much. I think Dragon Blade caught us by surprise, and they kind of just snowballed a bunch of close immortal races, and we weren't really able to find it.
We were doubting ourselves the entire time for those immortal races.
Oh, yeah.
Like the 2 of them were just like by fractions.
Yeah.
Very close races there. It seemed like the Immortals really wanted to go into those aggressive spots. No one really had to go across the map to burn. They just kept showing up right in front of your own base there.
Yeah.
It was all either neutral or aggressive. I don't think there was a single defensive one.
No, there wasn't. I was a little surprised. It was a couple times in a row there. Tell me about the team fights there in game number 1. It seemed like you were stressing your healers out a little bit. Some big time saves from Kaimo and from Goliath. What are comms like in that situation? Are they just cursing you out, or are they just happy to be making an impact?
Well, I'll speak for my impact on Goliath real quick. All I do is raise his blood pressure. And if I'm not doing that, I don't think I'm doing my job right. But that's probably just a me thing. That's probably my flaw. But
Goliath likes it when he is on a hero with a cleanse, because Wedge will just run forward like a silly person and get all their stuns and CC out. he'll just cleanse him and it'll look beautiful and it'll look like he's a professional. So
Oh, it worked. It worked.
really, Goliath is just here because he likes that ego boost from saving Wedge.
From constantly
Nice.
rescuing me and pulling me back from danger.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, our comms were. It was, I think, pretty similar, except instead of the front line being the ones needing saving, it was our back line who had a Genji on him, and so it was a lot of I need peel, and then me apologizing for being in the enemy back line instead of peeling. Whoops, that was my job. So I mean, it happens. But
To be fair, your blaze was the most infuriating thing for how many times like you juked my moshes and stuff. Like that was just hats off to you.
I was proud of that. I hopefully annoyed Idioms at least a little bit, throwing oil and jet propulsioning him every fight. But turns out targeting my old teammate was not the right play. So, oh well, we'll get him next time.
Moving into that game number 2, gillyShark, you mentioned you had to pick a StarCraft hero in the last spot there. Was that part of that draft? I'm trying to remember.
So
I think
that was the
game one with
first.
the
That
That was
was
the
game
first
one.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you went into Warcraft for game number 2.
Yeah. All Warcraft.
All
for game
Warcraft,
number
okay.
2. Yeah.
Was
Which
that
made Schumann very sad. He wanted to play Abathur so bad.
I did note that Abathur ban, something that can come through on Cursed. But tell me about the Uther Rhaegar in the front. It used to be something that was a lot more common, but not so much anymore. Is that, just sort of a constraint of the all Warcraft lineup, or is that something that Stick likes to break out?
I don't. Honestly, I think it's still very good. I don't know why people don't really play it. We felt a little bit emboldened to pick it because we knew it was likely that Yonners was going to pick a weeb hero that kills heroes and not camps or structures. So we're like, okay, they're not going to just split push us, so we can just pick a team fight comp and hopefully win team fights. And I think it went better. It went better than game 1, but
Your pushes were terrifying.
very slippery. Durotan's couch kept getting away.
Yeah, we learned quickly for how important it was to check bushes against you guys. It's like, oh, on Uther there plus any DPS is the most painful thing to walk into.
I remember I was mentioning during the draft going into the mid bans, so I was like, okay, I mean, Brightwing's not on the table here. And I was looking, and it was like, they might mid ban Uther since Genji's already picked, but there's no way they would take Uther in this setup. There it is. Uther comes on through after the Anub ban, so what do I know, eh? Oh, goodness. But there on Cursed Hollow, we definitely saw some extended fights coming on out there, which, the double healer tends to do that. Did you feel like with that double healer setup, you got as many team fights as you wanted, or did you feel like you were spread out a little bit on Cursed?
I think we got the fights we wanted for the most part. I think the main issue is I think we were a little bit off, not on the same page. I think there were a few times where I saw some people take their foot off the gas kind of when the rest were still going, and I think we probably still needed to keep going, and then that would lead to kind of the picks that can't happen when you're playing a double support comp like that. So I think it was just really clean team fights from our opponents, and we most of the time were pretty clean, but one or two mistakes is gets very quickly punished.
Wedge, you mentioned having to scout those bushes, make sure that you weren't getting picked off on the edges there. Do you feel like the Muradin really helped you just sort of walk forward and find out what was going on, or credit more to the scouting of the team in general?
I think the Muradin was nice because the Muradin gives me a lot of chances to like save myself, so I'm not as heavily reliant on Goliath to be my personal lifeguard. He just buys me more time. But it was definitely nice having Genji and Brightwing, where it's very easy for them to queue bushes. Valve to a certain extent with her W, right? It's not too much of a resource investment. So that definitely made it a lot nicer. And once we started doing that and respecting that a bit more of like, hey, if we're going on as a group, sure. Otherwise, like, let's just play it safe as heck. That I think was the biggest thing that allowed us to turn that game into a victory there for the second map.
Makes sense. But very nicely executed series there by Durotan's Couch. Congratulations on the victory. Tell me a little bit about the division here. We've got a very large Division A this time around. Are there any other matchups coming up that you're looking forward to? Any possible rematches in the playoffs that you'd like to see?
For sure.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Like, so we're kind of spoiled in that like a lot of our early matches are against teams that have been around for a while, teams that we have like history with. So like we got Heavy Slaps coming up next week, and that's another team that's been sort of progressing through the divs alongside us, and they're really good group guys. So going up against them, and then on that, I think we still have to play. Oh no, Death and Delay is in Nexus, aren't they? So, but yeah, I think Heavy Slaps is the last team that we've have some history with, so looking forward to them. And then from there, it's all just new people, and that's when scouting is going to get a lot more, a lot more fancy. Of like, oh goodness, we can't just rely on knowing these people.
Hydra, how's the division looking for gillyShark this time around?
So yeah, pretty much same deal here. Like, it's a bit of a mess. We've got some teams from Div B that came up, some teams from Nexus that fell down. Not us. Don't check. And then a lot of like new teams that I don't recognize, which is very nice to see, considering this is, I think, our second season now where without like a real patch. So seeing that there's still new teams is really nice. But we kind of we take it one game at a time. We don't do too much research. We kind of just go into the game, say, what do we need for our squares? And then if we get our squares, then we'll maybe try doing some strategy.
Speaking of the squares, the final question for tonight. Did you manage to make a bingo?
We did. We did.
Excellent.
Bingo.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nicely done indeed. All right, well, we'll wrap things up here. The floor is yours. Any shoutouts you'd like to make before we close out? Why don't we start with Wildcard?
Big shout out to you, Crush. Thank you so much for casting. I also want to throw a shout out to my beautiful support, Goliath, and Yawners, who will just go in, which gives me an excuse to go in. It's great. And also big shout out to support on the other team for that second game. Oh, so many tongues just cleansed away. It was sad.
He was just hungry.
All right. I guess I'll go. Shout outs again. Thanks for the cast. Shout outs to the boys. They I think despite how the games looked, I think we were mostly pretty happy with how we played tonight. Which is really the main thing we go for, is just have fun, do the best that we can. Shout outs for our opponents, giving us a good fight, spanking us around a little bit. We might be sore next week, but I think we'll find it in our hearts to forgive them. And shout outs to Gilly.
We have comfier cushions we can put on the couch for you guys if you'd like.
Oh, that'd be nice.
They got the extra padding. Just again, don't ask what the stains are. It's fine.
Any shoutouts for you, Wedge?
Just I don't know. I'd like to echo what everyone else says. Thanks a lot for picking up these casts. It's always more fun when we got that extra set of eyes covering us, and then just shoutouts to the team. It's we had a bit of turnover from last season. Brought in both idioms and yachters, and they've been really clutch so far. We brought in some extra subs that have been some good help for filling in and making sure that we're getting our practice on. I've really been appreciating the team effort that we've been getting, and it's I think really been showing so far. So it's been really nice.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming out tonight, putting on a great show for us. It was a pleasure for me as well. Congrats once again, and good luck to both of you going forward in the season.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
See you.
All right.